In the summertime, things can get scary. They can get spooky. They can get dangerous. Today, we're going to be discussing Summerween.
Welcome to the Horror Hour.
We all go a little mad. Forget you.
Hello and welcome back to the Horror Hour, the place where we discuss, debate, and disagree on all things horror. I'm one of your hosts, George, and today I am joined by two of my fellow co-hosts. We have Yutaka. Hello.
Hi, konnichiwa.
Thank you. We also have Liam.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch. I couldn't. I was like, what? I went in my head. I went, what's German for hello? And then I couldn't remember, so I just said Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
And there we go. And it was memorable. So, and
Thank
I'm
you.
George, if you didn't know me.
Guten Tag?
I went to Berlin once and it was stunning. I would like to go back.
Is it Guten Tag?
I don't know.
That's good. Guten Tag is good morning, no?
Is it?
I don't know.
That's still
Oh,
hello in a sense.
Greetings.
Bonjour.
Go on
Not
Duolingo,
bonjour.
guys. Not sponsored. So today is the day you're watching it, it's not exciting, but the lead up to the day that we're posting this, it is almost Summerween. For those of you who don't know, which is two of my co-hosts here with me today, Summerween comes from the TV show Gravity Falls and happens on the 22nd of June, and it is the time of year where everybody gets spooky and kind of enjoys, it's like Halloween but in the summer, and you kind of
Okay.
do fun things. And I think there's a lot of films. Horror obviously has such a massive loads of subgenres, and there are some films that fit better watching around Halloween, some that just are fine all time round, and some that maybe kind of feel like they could be, they'd be good in the summer. So today we're going to talk about some of our favorite summer horror movies. It's like a broad spectrum, so it's not necessarily has to be this one thing. If it makes you feel like it's the summer, let us know in the comments below. You might have some ones, so please do let us know yours, and we can see if we've got any matches. So I'm happy to go first. Seems I'm still talking, and it might as well. So just keep the ball rolling. My first one is the movie Us, Jordan Peele. I really enjoyed Us. I know that some
I
people
love Us.
didn't prefer or didn't like it as much as Get Out, but I really liked Us. Excuse me. And I think that's a really cool summertime movie. It's by the beach. You've got the lake house. There's some really beautiful scenery and
Got
lots
the
of
fairground.
the fairground, exactly. Those types of things that make me think of and by the way, unfortunately, because we do live in a world where this is shoved down our throat, the ideal summer that I see is an American summer. That I'm always trying to catch that, and we never get that in America.
I'm full British, by the way, so I still think.
Did you just say I think of an American summer, and you said, but we never get that in America?
No, but we never get that. I mean, in
That's
the UK.
That's what you meant. No, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. Sorry, I
correcting
meant
you. Sorry.
I always think of a UK summer. Shitty candy floss down a really cold beach. Someone's dog shitting next to you while shaking down on the sand. Some old couple hovering over a shared portion of fish and chips while the man complains that there isn't enough salt. The British summer.
You should really write books. I like Us, and I think to me that would be a perfect one to watch on a summer evening. You've got the windows open, it's the sun's just setting, you've got it on, you got some popcorn, maybe some nachos, a nice little spicy margarita, and you're just
Ooh.
let's watch Us. And I think it's such a fun film. So that's gonna be my first pick for Summerween faves. Yeah. No,
not
please.
my favorite,
Mhm.
but nobody, and I mean nobody, can deny that Lupita Nyong'o nailed it.
8.
That should have been awards all around.
Yeah.
It is still one of the best performances in general, not even horror in general. So I just have to say that because that is one of the most, oh my God, still egregious that she never got anything for that.
I know. I agree.
Hard agree. Her and Toni Collette. I don't even like Hereditary, but her and Toni Collette robbed.
True. Those are the two like defining horror performances that just are. Oh. I mean, there are others, but you know what I mean. Like awards, like you look at that and you're like, how? Why?
And what I hate, something
With you.
not to go off on a tangent, but real quick, but the Academy, the
You?
Oscars,
Go off on tangents.
the Academy, the Oscars are always forever like posting on their TikTok like clips from like horror movies, and they're like this, and I'm like, bitch, you can't post like, you know, an iconic horror movie to the horror community and be like amazing film, and then not give them any chances to be like nominated. It's wild.
Well,
So
I mean, let's be
We
honest.
got Demi this year.
Yeah, the Academy is really, well, they're still racist, but it's a bunch of old white men for the most part. So, you know.
That's true. And they are the worst. So let's move over to one. Liam?
Hello. I'm not an old white man. I'm a middle-aged white man.
You're old at heart.
That's it.
Inside. No, I like old men inside.
Well, it is the summertime.
Woo, sweaty crotch. For my first pick, I'm gonna go with one that is full of sex, and I'm going with Piranha 3D. Because what is more summer than what's he called? Jerry O'Connell getting his dick bit off by a piranha? Like,
that's
if that doesn't scream, let's have a good time in the summer, I don't know what does.
Piranhas scared me when I was a kid. I was like, I mean, like in terms
Did you think
of like,
they were going to eat you?
well, I went when I was on holiday in the Caribbean. I went like swimming with stingrays, and like I was so scared that like obviously it was just after Steve Irwin, and I was like, I'm gonna die. I didn't, but I was really nervous to get in the water.
You shit me, you didn't die. Well, fucking hell.
No, but it scared me because I was also thinking like it was just on the same lines as Piranha. I was like,
I mean, I'm not lying. I don't get in the sea.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's down there.
Swimming. I mean, I don't necessarily think you're going to get. Well, I mean, piranhas like that. So
piranhas on in the tide.
Yeah, no,
on the tide.
Fuck on the tide is all shit. Piranha.
Steve Irwin, was that swordfish? Is that what happened?
No, he was.
No, that was it. It was a stingray.
Stingray? Oh,
did it?
A stingray went.
Oh,
like,
I'm thinking of one of the fishing shows. There was somebody who got. They were had a deadliest catch or something like they like a swordfish. It was
I think the stingrays in Stingray City that I went to had their sting removed. Because there was kids, and I'm like, you can't have kids like around fish that have got like, you know, because kids be like, I mean, I was. I went on this. It was on a Caribbean.
You didn't even need the stingray to be like that.
It was a Caribbean cruise, and I really thought that people would think that I was part of the royal family because I had a British accent. And I walked around for a week and a half wearing a Nintendo Wii T-shirt. So I don't really know why they would think that, but
I was gonna say they'd be like that. Only you would think.
I enjoy the level of delusion your life is.
Right? God.
Thank you.
It's so wonderful.
Okay, Liam, any more to say on Piranha 3D?
I mean, like, what? Like, it's so summer. It's so summer. That lovely lake before it's infested with shitty piranhas that are going to eat the living tit out of you.
They kill off Richard Dreyfuss in the morning, or in the in the beginning, which is great. He's an awful human being, so I love that.
Is he?
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know who he is.
Sorry to this man.
Yeah, no,
he's the person from Jaws, isn't he?
Yeah.
I knew that.
I can't remember if I think he's racist, I believe.
Have a look.
And,
fun.
Yeah, he's made some like wild comments, and he's kind of gone off the deep end.
Personal life, political views.
Yeah.
I haven't been a Democrat since 2004. Here. During a screening of Jaws at the Cabot Theatre in Beverly, Massachusetts on May 27, 2024, Dreyfuss disparaged diversity initiatives and launched into what was described as a transphobic, misogynistic, homophobic, and sexist rant, causing many attendees to shout at the actor and many to leave the venue in disgust. According to eyewitnesses, Dreyfuss mocked the Me Too and LGBTQ movements and expressed contempt for parents of transgender children, suggesting that supporting a child's transition was indicative of bad parenting.
Yeah.
I mean, by the sounds of it, he's just against any diversity.
So he could be racist.
So he could be racist, allegedly. I mean, none of that is alleged. That is facts that have come from what he did. So based on that, I think we should just say trans lives matter. And
Liam turned into the
protect the dolls.
BBC News here. He's like, that's information that we've just gotten now.
Breaking news! The Queen is dead.
It was a long time ago.
Oh man,
they hit the second tower.
So that's always great. Oh my god. So that's always great that he dies in the beginning. Love that. And you've got Elizabeth.
That makes me happy. Yes, Elizabeth Shue. I love Elizabeth Shue. She was great in The Boys.
Honestly, when Piranha came out too, it was very well reviewed. People really enjoyed it. Like I'm not sure on the original, sequel, but
original was like 70s,
which isn't bad if you want to actually watch a throwback. It's a fun horror film.
I feel like I've seen the. There's two, isn't there?
Yes,
there's like one in the 70s, one in the 80s, isn't there? Yeah. I feel like I've seen the one in the 70s. I don't know if I've seen the one in the 80s.
I know I haven't seen that, but. Yeah, no, but when this movie came out, it got really good reviews.
No, there's also another one in the 90s. And another one, there was one in 95.
The year I was born.
Well, that shows why. And the film features the acting debut of Mila Kunis.
Shut up. I might have to look this up later. Even though I'm not a huge fan of her since she kind of,
terrible in Oz. Oh.
Well, no.
We were thinking more about the Danny Matheson stuff, but
but she was also really bad in that Oz film.
But also terrible.
Yeah, I mean, even Rachel Weisz couldn't save that film.
No, that film was bad, y'all. That film was bad.
Push Michelle Williams. She was trying her hardest.
At what?
Bless her heart. Her hardest.
No, and I said at what because it wasn't.
Okay, I thought she did. I thought she was the only one kind of.
Give him.
Her and Rachel Weisz.
True. Okay, well, thank you very much, Lima. I'm now going to move over.
Tip of the hat, sir.
Utaka, what is your first pick?
Okay. I'm going to go off the deep end here, y'all, as I normally do. So I've got two.
No one is
I know
surprised.
You're going to be like, why are you giving me two? Because I'm going to give you one that's good and one that's real bad, real quick, on the bad one. Knock at the Cabin.
We're doing more than one each.
I know. Just go with this. Knock at the Cabin. Don't see it. Instead, what would be good is go see the movie Sick. Also takes place at a cabin.
Yes.
Now, I believe Sick, though, was really spring break. But to be honest, it gave summer vibes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on a lake. What more do you fucking want?
It is like... Didn't it have like a 45-minute chase scene? Like I remember watching it, and I was like, I was holding my breath. I felt like the entire time. It's so suspenseful. It's so good. The kills are nasty. It's hilarious, by the way, because again, it took place during the
disease that shall not be named.
Yeah, because of YouTube. But it was funny because they also poked fun at like some of the people, the whole mask situation, which I would wear a mask, but I did love like the whole, just all of that, like the motives, everything. It was just a fun, entertaining movie that was just so good. And there is just one scene that the raft scene. Oh my god. So if I had to say give you a good summer one, Sick, but not Knock at the Cabin.
No.
Knock at the Cabin is the one with Jonathan. Is it Jonathan? Groff?
Jonathan Groff and Dave
Who just
Bautista.
made an appearance. Something. Oh my
Maybe.
god! I almost cried.
I
I'm
love
not even
you.
gonna lie. I almost had a tear. I almost had a tear at that. But anyways, yes.
Anyway,
that's
that's for later. Yeah, I would agree. I was pleasantly surprised with Sick because I feel like I mean, me personally, anyway, I hadn't seen much about it, and then it was only that we got a chance to watch it, and I was like, I'll give it a watch. And I was like, it was the right length of time. It was a nice short movie.
Yes.
But it still had, it was like just a perfect like haul back to those types of films. And I think Kevin was just kind of like, here's what we can be doing. His in a movie this short. And he did it really well because that was lacking in some of the other films. So yeah, I really like to say that chase sequence just so good, like the right amount of comedy and like terror, like you say, from the way that the characters reacted was like funny but also relatable. It wasn't like so like over the top where they're like, oh shut up you, or like they had like more about them. And yeah, I really liked it, so I just wanted to say that because yeah,
I was just seeing what else this director has directed. Mainly
I did as
TV
well.
shows. Mainly TV shows.
Yeah.
TV's where it's
I remember us discussing that at the time because we did get to see it early to review it. And we did review it. There is a review on this channel if you would like to go watch it.
We were very positive
featuring Chicago's very own Miss Toto.
I love her.
Yeah, we had a great time with it. I had a great time with it. I still talk about it to this day. Like I still recommend it to people.
That soon.
It's so good. And I think you said it perfectly, though. It's a short film, so it goes by super quick. And that's what's enjoyable. It doesn't overstay its welcome.
Yeah. And that's what you need.
Yeah.
Too many films trying to be art pieces these days. You're like, just be a horror film. Some of them needs to be. Okay, well, thank you very much, Yutaka. So I will go with my next pick, which is... It's one out of the. I don't think neither of you have any idea of the belief that I've chosen this film, but it's more of a comedy. But I'm just like, I can see this on a summer night with like mates round and like a takeaway, a pizza, and just watching Serial Mum.
Wow.
Because that's
I'm not. You know what? I support this.
This is the cocksucker residence.
Thank you.
Pussy Willows. What did you say? Pussy Willows.
Such a good movie. Like, yes, definitely more on the comical side, but honestly, like when you step back and see the shit that she's doing, you're like, oh my god, this is unhinged. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just,
and that's why we love John Waters.
No, didn't you first just see this past year? Or
it was because I think you both, or it was either one or both of you were like, that was one of the films I had to watch, and I was like, I really enjoyed it. And then I watched it again recently because Chance had reacted to it, and I watched his, and I was like, it's just such a good film. And I love, because I remember my first introduction to Kathleen Turner was in a crappy movie in the noughties called A Simple Wish. With
I'm not going to lie, I assumed you were going to say Friends.
No, so A Simple Wish. It had Martin,
Martin Short, and it was Matilda,
and she played the villain, and she was so cool, and she had this big blonde hair, and she was like, her name was Claudia, and she had this like massive gown, and I was like, as a kid, I was like, I'm obsessed with her. I later found out, obviously, that meant I was gay, and yeah.
I mean, because she's actually had a pretty big career, but that's fair if that's the... Thinking Peggy Sue Got Married was my introduction. Either that or V.I. Warshawski. That's a good one. Ooh, that's a good action one.
Do you want to know? I had to look it up, but I always used to get Kathy Moriarty. I don't believe she's like massively famous, but
she was in an episode of Law and Order SVU. I know who you're talking about. Yes, I can see that.
So I always knew because I was obsessed with Casper Meets Wendy as a child, and I always just assumed that the main
villain
witch with Wendy was Kathleen Turner for some reason. I don't know why. Now growing up, you can see the difference. I always just assumed it wasn't for like years later when I was like, oh, they're not the same.
I have the exact same with Kathleen Turner and the woman who she plays in the Flintstones one thing, and she's in that episode of Sex and the City where she falls out the window. And she's like, New York's not fun anymore.
Whatever happened to fun?
Yeah.
Third Rock from the Sun. Oh, what's her name? Kristen?
Yeah, I don't know. Just like in some angles, like sometimes her face.
Yeah,
when she was
she's
older.
funny. She's actually won several Emmys, I believe, because of
Kristen Johnston.
Yes, Kristen.
That
Johnston.
was it. Yeah, Kristen Johnston. But yeah, Serial
Who dated Ryan Reynolds?
Damn.
Well, fuck me, the more you know.
But yeah,
Who hasn't that man been inside of?
Serial Mum would be just like a great deviation if you're looking for more of a fun, like, movie night rather than like, gore and things like that.
I don't think I've ever been more prouder of you, George.
This is
more proud would be.
This is growth.
They asked for growth. It's taken 3 years, but it's starting at least. So
no.
We got
you recognizing that makes me just even more proud.
Listen, we don't all have TARDISes. Sometimes take a bit longer than others. Liam, why don't you tell me what your next pick is?
So my next pick is going to be Mars Attacks. Because there is a scene in the desert.
Perfect.
So it isn't just because there's a scene in the desert. Obviously, that plays into it as well. I feel like because of the brightness of it, it plays more like a summertime film. And then you've got obviously the ending of the film where they take the aliens down and everything's being born anew. Like that just seems like summery to me, if you know what I mean. So that's why I thought it would be a good Summerween one, because it's a good crossover as well, in the vein of George going with the obviously less gore and more comedy route. Again, this was my thought with this one. It's more of a comedy route. Like it's hilarious from start to finish. It's got an amazing cast.
I haven't watched it all the way through. I've only seen bits of it.
What?
I don't know why we're surprised
like
after.
I know.
Come on. The old George is still in there. Great in every direction.
Like getting to see Sarah Jessica Parker's head on the body of a chihuahua. Top tier entertainment as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, no, I could see that.
Yeah. And then I have been obsessed since this movie came out, because I did see it I didn't see it in the cinemas because I was 6. But I seen it like a couple of years later on TV. So I was still a small child. I was obsessed with the alien. Is it Lisa Marie? The alien that Martin Short takes into the White House.
I don't remember the movie that much. I haven't seen it in a long time. Sorry.
So it's like
I've seen it, but I couldn't tell you.
What is that?
Are you looking for it?
Yeah, it's Lisa Marie. So she's like, it's the alien. So when Martin Short like pulls up, Lisa Marie Presley, and pulls up in his little limo and takes what he thinks is a prostitute into the White House to have a fun time, and then she like bites his finger off and then starts killing everyone and tries to kill Glenn Close. Great. But she was just so sexy. And it was an alien under there. And she's like, she doesn't walk, she just like glides.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. That was
her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so good. So good. Yes.
Because that's the daughter. The daughter.
Well, I've got her on here.
What, in her ashes?
Yes. Oh, no, this wasn't Lisa Marie Presley. Oh, I always assumed it was Lisa Marie Presley.
Oh my God, who is it?
This is awkward. Oh, it's another mix-up. Apparently she's called Lisa Marie Burton or Smith. It was Lady Crane in Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, yeah.
And Vampira in Ed Wood.
Oh.
I was thinking of Edward Cullen.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, so Mars
I
Attack.
always just assumed that was Lisa Marie Presley.
Lisa Marie Presley, guys. There you
Why
go.
else would she be called Lisa Marie?
Maybe she was named after Lisa Marie Presley.
Possibly.
Like me
Just
and
love
Prince
it.
George.
Love it. It's one of my favorite films of all time.
Okay.
I just think it's so stupid. Yeah.
That does fit you. Okay. All right.
And you get to see Jack
Liam.
Black die. So that's always bonus points.
Of course. That's true. Yutaka, what type of film would you like to go with next?
Okay. Since you kind of went the comedy route and all that, I'll go that a little bit because this is actually kind of it's a dark comedy thriller. But have you guys ever heard the movie Thoroughbreds with Olivia Cook, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Anton Yelchin? No. Oh my God, so good. So, two upper-class teenage girls in suburban Connecticut rekindle their unlikely friendship after years of growing apart. Together, they hatch a plan to solve both of their problems, no matter what the cost. Basically, they devise a plan to murder some people.
Damn.
And it goes.
I do like Olivia Cook.
And like
they're Game from House of Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Bates Motel.
It's incredibly, honestly, it's darkly comedic. I love that somebody said it's American Psycho meets Heathers. So already I'm loving it. And this was before like Anya Taylor-Joy. I want to say it's before maybe, what was that chess?
It was 2017.
What was the chess show she was on that like
everyone loved? Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, I think this was before that. I think. So she was still, coming up. But yeah, it takes place it has summer vibes. George would love it. It's probably like going back home because it's really big houses, very wealthy white people.
Games.
Yeah, you see a lot of The Help at times. I'm kidding.
It was just after she done Split.
Ah, okay. But yeah,
so it was when she was like
on the rise. Okay.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. It's funny. It's sad because I do miss Anton. But I really did enjoy this movie, and I would highly recommend it. It again gives us some vibe.
Look good.
There are some deaths and
yay,
some comedy. Any comedy?
Any comedy?
No, any comedy. Does it have comedy in it?
Yeah, I said it was.
You just said I'm going to say that.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. Well, it's not anywhere on streaming in the UK. So to Streamio we go.
Yeah.
It's not streaming here. You actually have to rent it. So.
Good. At least it's across the board.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Does sound good. I like both of them actresses, and I like Anton Yelchin. Which, sad. Very sad. Okay. I rewatched Terminator Salvation the other week because I was like, oh.
I forgot he was in that.
I didn't even realize.
It's Kyle Reese.
One called Terminator Salvation.
It was the weird one.
Is that the one with Emilia Clarke?
No, that was the even weirder one. That was Genesis. Salvation was the one. It was number 4.
I've only seen the first 3.
It was the one actually set during the
2 is the best one.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
T2. Scream 2 reference. Okay, so I'm going to go with my final pick, and I have gone with the greatest remake of all time, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003. Because that film is just fantastic. I love it so much. And to me, that is like my definition of like Summerween is friends in a camper van, like, 70s vibe.
Look, all just looking really sweaty.
All sweaty and doing drugs and, having a really hot fucking driver at the helm. I can't remember the actor's name.
See, like, I find it weird, right? Because I find him hot in there.
It's Eric
But I-
Balfour.
That's it.
Do not find him hot in Skyline. Yeah, the only 2 films I've seen him in. So that's all. It's the only things I've got to go and judge him off. But
He was
yeah,
just in an episode of Hacks.
Oh, really?
was he?
Are you caught up? Because I'm not going to spoil it.
Oh, I haven't seen the final.
The finale's this week. It's not out yet.
Oh,
He
so
was
what
a
was?
guest.
I haven't watched. I haven't watched this week's, like, Thursdays or Fridays or whatever day it
Gotcha.
comes out.
Then yes.
Okay, I thought this week was the series finale.
Yeah, no.
Right, that's okay.
He's
Okay. But yeah, Texas
I will
Chainsaw
watch after
Massacre
this.
2003 is just such a great movie. It takes the idea of the first film and pays homage to it, but also just kind of creates something new and interesting that doesn't feel like a waste of time, in my opinion, because some, remakes and things are just a bit like, okay, did we need this sort of thing? But I feel like we needed Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003. Some of the other ones we didn't, but that one we did. And yeah, I just think it gives full on, like, imagine coming back from like a day out at the beach, you've had an edible or a couple of glasses and you just sit back
And you look as fucking dirty and sweaty as they do.
yeah, and you think
The 70s must have stank.
yeah, but
You know what I mean?
everybody did, so it was just
Yeah. I suppose if everyone's stanking, you don't really notice.
but they did have showers.
I was gonna
But
say,
I mean, look at them.
soap
just look.
existed.
They just look
Jesus.
like they stunk.
Yeah, but those ones did because they'd been on the road.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know that.
They were in Texas. Big wheels keep on turning. Oh, that Sweet Home Alabama. Oh, Sweet Home Alabama. That's the song that's playing. And the trailer for that film with the unfloating, shapeless oceans. And then it had like the big music at the end. And obviously Tea Lady is my favorite character in that film. Although I prefer in the second one when she says, it's important to drink your liquids, The body needs to hydrate.
Yeah.
Icon legend. She passed away a few years ago, which was really sad.
Oh, yes, I remember. You was all saying that.
But yes, so my final pick is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003. And I will be watching it.
I like
this
that
Summerween.
pick.
Thank you. Liam,
Well done.
round
Thank
us
you.
off with yours?
For my last one, I'm going to go with, and I'm doing a franchise. Well, I'm doing the first 2 entries in a franchise. I'm doing I Know and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yes.
Again, because you get to see Jack Black get murdered.
This is true.
That's what I was thinking of when you said the first time round.
Yeah. Like, obviously, we all have our problems with the first one. Nobody believes that Julie James should have been the survivor. We all know it should have been Helen Shivers. But apart from that, she makes up for it in the second one. She is a much better final girl in that one. She's more what you want from a final girl. She's not a victim. She's a.
Could you imagine
Michelle
Sarah Michelle Gellar doing that with Brandy?
Ooh,
like,
so good.
Anyway, so no,
that would
like,
have.
I really like Julie
I mean-
James and that, but yeah, I'm just saying.
That would have been even like that would have been 20,000 times better. Like, you don't give us all of the backstory and arc that you give Helen Shivers to then kill her, while you give nothing to your final girl. But that being that, they're still good, fun summer films to watch. You can watch them. You know what's happened. You've seen them 1,000 times. It's just nice to sometimes go back and rewatch the classics. Get that,
Still
as
one
George
of the
said,
best
get the
chase
popcorn
scenes.
in, get the nachos on. Exactly, best chase scenes. Nachos, maybe like a hot dog.
I was gonna
It's
say-
I mean, it
summer.
would go with the July 4th vibes. It honestly would.
Yeah. We should have done that for every pick. We should have done what meal or drink you would have you would bring to the film.
Well, with Piranha 3D, I'm going fish and chips.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
and then for Mars Attacks, jelly and ice cream.
Yeah.
Because green aliens, and when they explode, their blood's green. So like get like green jelly and have some mint choc ice cream with it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, yeah, for I Know What You Did Last Summer, 4th of July, so a hot dog.
Hot dogs.
Oh, look, maybe it look like the 4th of July. It makes me want a hot dog real bad.
That's the one.
That was terrible.
Yeah, okay, I'm glad you. You know what? You recognize that because I was just like,
Well,
there's a reason I don't do accents. There's a reason you shouldn't do impersonation.
Oh,
that's hilarious. But yeah, I agree. Those two movies. I only
at least
actually
I can realize though.
I did mine.
Oh, I know.
I only really.
I should have sang my intro like he sang his. I'm gonna pick.
Listen.
I see. I was also off key like George.
You just better be lucky that I don't have access to a baby that grants wishes because it'll be over for every single one of you. But yeah, I only watched I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I still know what you did last summer in the last year or so because I obviously knew them, but it was going in like to I Know What You Did Last Summer after having seen Scary Movie first was just like I was just waiting for like here she comes. I won. Fuck Greg. Like I kept like waiting for those moments to happen. But I did enjoy the first one, and yeah, Helen Shivers chasing was the best part. But I actually really preferred I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. I think to me, just I enjoyed it more. I like the
Are you excited for the new one?
I'm intrigued by how like if it's going to be exactly shot by shot Scream 2022, or if they're just like taking the general aspects of the film with a woman with dark hair turning around to the camera and a man coming in dressed exactly the same saying it's happened here before. I'm intrigued by it. I think that I'm interested by that girl in the trailer who was like, it's so nice here, I want to fucking die. I was like, she seems a vibe.
She seems very George coded.
And the blonde one who was like, she says in the trailer, like, I don't know what she says, but she says something like, I should have taken, I don't know. She has like a quip that's quite funny and just, so I'm looking for, but did you watch the series? Because I never did.
That series was trash.
Oh, really?
Everyone really complained about it, so I was just okay, I'll not watch it.
so bad. Like,
I'll watch one episode to see.
It was just bad. I'm not like even.
There was also a third film, just with no connection.
Yeah,
like I will even say I'm not like the biggest fan of the Scream TV series, but that was so much. That was done so much better than I Know What You Did Last Summer, because at least Scream had, well, one, it had a good plot for that part, and it still followed like that lore, or in a sense. Whereas I Know What You Did Last Summer, no, not really. And it was long, it was drawn out, and the worst thing, it was boring.
Oh, so like Mission Impossible Final Reckoning.
Oh,
okay.
Well, I didn't say that.
I did.
I know you did.
With my chest.
Yes, you did.
And that's one hell of a chest, ladies and gentlemen.
It's fucking huge.
So yeah, no, I think the new one will be. I think it will be a game changer, and okay. I see it being compared to the upcoming Scream for reasons, but I'll stay mum on that. I already know the whole plot. You know I do. I've already point. So that's why I'm like, it's going to be, I think, a game changer in a sense.
Okay.
Well,
we need it. God knows that.
I think I'm going to enjoy it because thanks to 911, I have a new obsession with Jennifer Love Hewitt. I didn't really like her up until 911. And then now I just want nothing but lovely things for her because I'm sick of her and Chimney getting abused on 911.
Ghost Whisperer, though.
Just give them a fucking break. Good Lord.
Oh my God. But yeah, I know you're going to love it, Liam. I don't know if George will, but I know you will.
I'm intrigued by it. That's for sure.
Yay!
Okay. Well, thank you, Liam. Yutaka, do you have a final one for us? Finish us off.
Oh my God, we've been talking this entire time that I kind of did forget about that I still had to pick. Oh my goodness. All right. So I remember seeing this one in theaters, and it is a summer vibe as well. One, it's got a killer soundtrack, in my opinion, and it actually proved that Elizabeth Banks
So it's
could direct
80s.
the film
Oh,
Cocaine Bear.
it's not 80s.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, sorry, but I loved it. I was entertained. But mainly also too, I think I was also feeding off the energy of the rest of the audience because they were highly entertained. They had a great soundtrack. The kills were really great. And in the end, the bad people got killed. And we got to see some, cute little animal action, like in terms of, oh, they didn't kill, such and such. But yeah, Cocaine Bear was funny. I loved it. I enjoyed it. That ambulance scene had me rolling.
Yeah, that was funny.
I mean, I was just like, also, I looked at this and I go, you could direct these horror or action sequences, but you couldn't direct the Charlie's Angels. I'm just saying.
Do not come for Charlie's Angels.
I'm coming for it because that was a poorly directed film.
It was not. It was good.
The editing, no.
The old one or the new one?
The new one. Which is a shame because that cast was great. I loved the cast.
Enjoyed it.
But she couldn't really direct action scenes. They were not done. They were not shot well. Yeah.
The
But
80s shite you've tried to shove down my throat. How dare you?
And with Cocaine Bear, you could have, I feel like s'mores would be like the dish.
Okay.
I think I just figured Liam would have liked it from title alone.
Look, I will say this is more on me.
Too self-aware for him.
No, I enjoyed
the biopic.
I got so excited for Cocaine Bear from the promos and the trailers and all that stuff.
The promos were good. I'll give them that. The promos.
That when I went into the film, I think I overhyped it too much in my own head. That I got bored.
See that because it was. I will say one thing. Like the critics, it wasn't the critics. It was just like audience reactions coming out the gate. I was just like, you guys are putting too much on it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I went in, I wanted to see dumb, stupid fun. And it was. And that's why I enjoyed it. Also, I love seeing Carrie Russell on the screen because sometimes, now she's on The Diplomat, but before then, I was like, girl, what have you been in? We miss you.
She was in The Americans.
Well, I didn't watch The
Americans. No.
I mean, really should have been called The Russians if you've watched the show, since they were.
Well, I was going to say wasn't that the whole point?
Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Again, it still had that retro vibe because I think it took place in the 80s.
Yes.
And it had again, that soundtrack was great. And
it was a good soundtrack. I do remember boogieing.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, in the theater, I was just like, and good comedy. I can't. What's his name? Alden
Ehrenreich.
Him and O'Shea. What's his?
O'Shea Jackson.
Yeah, O'Shea. They were hilarious together.
They were really funny together. Yeah.
So I don't know. I just really enjoyed it. And again, the deaths were gory, absolutely gory. So I love that. So yeah, it's
I
will
give you that.
Oh, thanks, Lee.
And I'm down for anything I can eat s'mores with.
Yeah. What were your other two? I wanna before we go think what the dishes were that we would have with them.
His first one was no, that was you. I've got Knock in the Cabin stuck in my head because you said it.
So it wasn't
Sick.
Watch Knock in the Cabin, it was Sick.
That was it, Sick.
So Sick, although Sick would give s'mores, or maybe I would do like
a chili con carne.
Yeah, I was maybe going to think like a chili. So that would be that one.
Okay.
And then what was your second pick?
Thoroughbreds. You want something big. You want something rich.
George, you wanted lasagna from Iceland.
Oh my
Crap
god.
pasta. Vile. With that, I would have a selection of
Maybe a charcuterie board?
breads with
A cheese
cheeses.
board.
Yeah, and thoroughbreds, and you have wholemeal, crusty loaf with like cheese and grapes.
I'm in.
It's funny that okay, yeah, all right.
Like a charcuterie board. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
No, you cracked me up when you're like, so breads. That's
Yeah,
not-
because thoroughbred. I know I was joking. I was trying to be play on the word.
hey, George. I was just making sure because sometimes
We don't know. We
yeah,
can't be sure.
like Liam and I have to educate you, so I just wanted to make sure like we weren't like talking about like bread. So
Yeah.
Oh,
it's just like
Oh, I should for the Americans, by the way, my joke was there was a supermarket, a budget supermarket in the UK who was found to be using horse meat in all of their budget products.
That. I remember you guys telling me that. I was like, ew. Oh my god, you know what that makes me think of? Kind of summery
But there
vibes,
wasn't
though.
just horse, there was also hedgehogs. They found horse meat and hedgehog meat.
Oh my god. So that kind of reminds me though, you mentioning that, and then I'm thinking another good summer movie. I think it was 70s, maybe 80s, is Motel Hell.
yes, I have actually
Not
seen
a
Motel
clue.
Hell.
I love that. At the end, he's like, oh, we used preservatives.
It is.
Yeah, I've
actually-
never seen that.
It's actually a really funny.
You'd like it, I think, Liam.
It's camp.
Yeah.
It's very
Oh,
camp.
good.
It's a horror film. Yeah,
It's
Yeah, but
something I would
is
never
it-
gravitate, but I like.
Oh, okay.
yeah. I
Okay.
would see.
I might
would
find-
picture
if I can
you
find
would
it, I
enjoy
might
this
give it a
more
try.
than- I was not expecting actually George to say he had seen that kind
Yeah.
of caught me off guard.
That was
So,
like
George, I
that
have
was like a
lost you.
sleepover one. Thank you. Yeah. See,
That's a good one.
there is some like crazy ones from like sleepovers when I'm a kid that I remember. Like
Mhm.
I know like that was one of them. But I haven't watched it again. And before I go, I just want to tell you my 3 meals that I would pick with my things because I've been sat here thinking. For us, I would probably also do like hot dog sort of vibes. Give me like beach,
Yeah.
or like some candy floss because I think she has candy floss. Or does she have a lollipop? Oh, we have lollipops.
Just a
Does she have
lolly.
the lollipop.
What the fuck
that
is candy floss?
Cotton candy.
Cotton
Oh,
candy.
gotcha. Okay, thank you.
I was like, do they not have it over there? And then I was like, yes, they do. So that
No,
would
it's
be
just
like,
cotton candy.
cotton candy, cotton weary. And then for cereal, mum, doesn't she cook something in it? I would do like pancakes, I think. Like pancakes with like strawberries.
A stack
and,
of pancakes
syrup.
and strawberries and syrup. Yeah.
Yeah, like some.
For
can
that,
see
I
it.
would do
I see
like
the vision.
a turkey leg.
Oh yeah, actually, you could do. Yeah, doesn't she? Oh yeah, because she's over there.
I would do
Yeah,
a turkey
actually,
leg.
you do turkey legs and then have the thing for afters, the pancakes
Yeah.
as like a dessert. And then for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it would be corn on the cob
Yeah.
and maybe some
I can
beef
see that.
because of the abattoir. Is that in the first
Ah.
one?
Texas barbecue. Texas
yeah.
barbecue.
Yeah, some pulled
Oh
pork,
yeah. Oh yeah, barbecue and then like, but everything has like faces on it.
brisket. Ooh, I do love some good brisket.
Like
then,
a
like,
vintage barbecue. Like a spit roast pig.
Yeah.
You should be used to that, George.
And on that note, guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. I hope that we hopefully maybe gave you some new picks or ideas for Summerween this year. Or if you want to give us some, drop us in the comments below. Let us know some of your picks. And if you agree with some of ours or not, don't, of course, please do subscribe, like, share, do all of that stuff. Because do you know what? Life's too short, and making 3 little gay men happy could just change the world. So thank you so much. Lots of love, and until next time, goodbye.
You have been listening to the Horror Hour. See you next time.